Hey everyone, and welcome back to Diecast Made Beautiful. I am Tucker, your host, and I have some exciting announcements. You may notice that I'm just kind of showing my background normally for these videos, mostly because I don't really have anything right here that I am featuring today. Because the purpose of today's video is to show you guys that my old collection from down in California has joined my new one. So I'm going to give you guys a quick tour around everything that has come in, everything that is here now that the collection's all in one place, because it hasn't been in one place in almost a year, and I figured we'd go over it. So we'll start on the desk, of course. These are some M2 Studebaker trucks. The 2R Pan American in the front there is probably my favorite, but the green 2R Chase, the red 3R, the planes, of course, the SR-71, the F-22, the F-117, and the Eurofighter, and the little crop duster there, and then the Maui and Sons M2s, which I love these sets. These are so cool. I love that. And then we get to Toyota. This is the first of our regular little spots. So I tried to sort normally. There are a few exceptions. I'll point those out. But I tried to sort by manufacturer. So we got Toyota, A86s, 2000 GTs, off-road stuff, you know, the Land Cruisers or whatnot, the Supras in the back, the MR2, the Celicas. Love those Celicas. I really, really want to get a solid, strong collection of those Celicas. I'd love to have a collection like my 510s of these Celicas to go with them, because I just love these Celicas. Those are so cool. And they just don't come up very often. Then we got Mazda. Mazda I just put up here just because I wanted to have all the Miatas on the top shelf. Because if you guys know, I drive a Miata. So we got all the Miatas. And then the rotary stuff, of course. There's a bunch of rotary stuff. Finally, United the two Cosmos. These had been in separate collections since I got them. So first time I've had those two together. 787Bs both came up. But these are pretty sweet. Pretty excited to keep the Mazda collection growing. I haven't added a ton to it lately. And then down here we got Datsun and Nissan. So we'll start with Nissan, actually. We've got kind of the GTR and Skyline row, which I'll just kind of pan along here. And then these are the Nissan supercar thing. I always forget the names, so I'm just not even going to try. And then Datsun is over in this corner, so we'll get to Datsun in a sec, but we'll just do the rest of Nissan real quick. Liberty Walk GTR, the D21, the Nissan Junior, all the Z cars, the Advan R32 and the regular R32 to go with that Advan truck, some S-Class or S chassis, the Hako Superfast and whatnot, and then we'll get over to Datsun. Datsun, I've just kind of been slowly putting together. You guys know I'm a huge Datsun fan. I've been a Datsun fan pretty much my whole life. Love Datsun. So the Datsun collection's coming together very slowly but surely. Again, that's a collection I've done multiple times, where I've, got a complete collection where I felt okay with it, and then I've sold it off and started over. So again, that's where we're at with that one. It's just our progress. Then the Ford shelf. Ford shelf's ridiculous. There's a ton back here. There's stuff hidden all over the place. So I'll just give you guys a quick pan over the Ford shelf. There's just way too much to go through for me to possibly cover all of it. But there are a few highlights that I'll show you real quick. The first is this Mustang. I really like this Shelby. It's pretty sweet. The GT40s, of course. Big fan of the GT40s. These are two of my favorite castings that have ever existed. And then the M2s. The M2s have just been phenomenal. This Mercury Custom. I mixed Mercury in because it's a Ford company. The Mustangs and that other Mercury Cougar back there, and the Team Transports are just so good. That RS200 is so good, and I think this was a really overlooked Team Transport. These stuck around on the pegs here in Bellingham, Washington forever. Nobody was picking them up, so I caved and picked one up, and I'm so glad I did. I love this set, and that truck is almost worth the whole thing. I could have had the car in a different color, but otherwise, what a great set. I love that so much. And then we got these just kind of mixed in. You can see we got Escorts and whatnot back there, the Coca-Cola Econoline, and this other Econoline, which is chilling back here as well. All right, shall we move on to the next shelf? I think so. Let's start at the top and work our way down. So we got Volkswagen chilling in the back here. A lot of Volkswagen just kind of mixed in. And this shelf got kind of hectic. There's a lot just kind of mixed in here, so you'll notice that Austin Healey, Triumph, MG, Austin Mini, BMW along here, Alfa Romeo. Put this Volvo up here because I could not stand to put it with the other Volvos on the bottom shelf. It's just so pretty. I love that Amazon, the P220. And then Launches and Aston Martin over in this corner. I love this Aston Martin corner. I'm so glad I finally have these together. A lot of these came up in this last trip, so it's nice to finally have both collections combined, because this was just like 3 or 4 cars before, so it's nice to have a nice little section for it. And then a little Rolls Royce back in there, a little vintage Rolls Royce. And the red lines are chilling in the lamp. I'll show you guys those real quick. They just kind of hang out there, doing whatever red lines feel like doing. All right, I'm not going to show you Porsche yet. I know I just gave you a sneak peek there, but we're going to get this shelf first. So we got the GM section with the Tucker Torpedo, which I just kind of put here because it didn't fit anywhere else, and it just looked good on this shelf. Tucker was its own company. It wasn't run by any other company. It was Preston Tucker, my guy. So it's just chilling there. But the rest, this is our GM shelf, and our GM shelf is pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with this one. I really like the M2s that are on the shelf. The Impala, the Cadillac. That Cadillac is just fantastic. Look at that beauty. Wow. And the Oldsmobile. And not to mention, probably the prettiest premium as of late has been this GTO. Look at how gorgeous that is. Everyone should have that in their collection. That's awesome. And down here, we'll get to Honda, which is just this little corner. Just kind of mixed together. I really like having the CVCC and the N600 together, and the NSXs and whatnot, all the Civics. And then Audis just kind of mixed in here. Subarus mixed in here. We got some kind of miscellaneous in the back. Just whatever. Just stuff that ended up in my collection that I didn't really even look for. Jaguars chilling back in here. And then in front we got Lotus. And down below, bottom shelf, we got Land Cruiser, geez, thinking Toyota. This is Land Rover, or Range Rover, whatever you want to call it, but Land Rover, because most of these are vintage. So, yeah, those are pretty sweet. Love those. We got Bentley, DMC DeLorean, Alpine, and FCA. Got all Fiat Chrysler Americas kind of shoved in here. Looking pretty saucy. And Volvo back in here. The one premium. That's Studebaker Lark, the Mid-Osuka View. Things like that I just kind of mixed in because it's where they fit. Then we'll get to this shelf. So I'm going to actually work my way up because Porsche's my favorite. And I want to show it last. So we got Lamborghini down in this corner. A lot of these came up. Again, Lamborghini I don't focus on too much, but it is just kind of like a background collection. But a lot of these were down south. I didn't really have a whole lot of them up here. I think I only had, I don't know, 3 or 4. I think the LM002 over there, and this Aventador J, and the Huracan Liberty Walk, and that Gallardo, I think were the only ones that I had in this collection. I think everything else came from down south. So that is pretty well improved upon. And then McLaren, I'm very excited for how this is coming together. This is looking really cool. Of course, we've known that Hot Wheels has been making these F1 GTRs for a long time. So we finally have a road car casting to go with. Hot Wheels has finally released that. So we got a few of them, of course. And then the P1s, the Senna, or these are the Sennas. Those are the Speedtails. Speedtails are in the back. We got the 720s and the Sennas. And then right next door, we got Mercedes. Mercedes, again, I'm not the biggest Mercedes fan. However, vintage Mercedes all day long, I'm a huge fan. And Hot Wheels has just made some amazing castings. These are just so pretty. That 300 SEL, the 280 SELs, that black one, I think everyone should have in their collection. That's an absolute essential. The W123 wagon, love that. Super nice to have a little 300 TD wagon. And a couple E-classes. The shooting brake. Got the other E-class. I believe this was like a Cosworth or something. I don't really remember the exact E-class that it was. It came in the 2-pack with that this gray 280 SEL. But I can't really see which E-class. Was this a 190? I would expect this to be a 190. Yeah, 190E. 2.8. Cool. So we got our 190 chilling there. And then I believe these are C or CL class AMGs, the 220 SE back there, and the 300 SLs, which are just fantastic. I'm so glad Hot Wheels is making these now. Look at those. Just gorgeous. Wow. And right above, we got Ferrari. Now, this is a collection that does have a beginning and an end. The beginning is the first car you get, and the end is the last one that Hot Wheels made before they lost the license with Ferrari and stopped making them. So, we've done this collection several times. I've sold several Ferrari collections and started over. So, this is our base. This is what we're starting with. And I'd say it's a pretty solid base. Not bad. And then we got the kind of hypercar, insane exotics shelf here. Bugatti, chilling. Got the new EB110, the Devo. We got the Lycan Hypersport there, and the 3 Kona Segs in the back. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready for my favorite shelf? It's kind of a mess right now because I bumped the shelf halfway through filming this, and everything's pushed back now. Anyway, we'll go through it. This is Porsche. Porsche has really come together. Again, about half and half. Half of this collection was up here, about half of it came up. So we've had a really big improvement recently on this, and wow, I'm really, really happy with how this top shelf has come together. It's kind of why I put it in the front. We got the carded Porsches, of course, the 71 911, the 356, the 935, and the 993 GT2s. Got the Panameras back there with the Taycan, 914s, that Matchbox 914, which is just beautiful. And then we got this front row, which I'm just going to go all the way along. We got the 356, 71 911. I believe this was like a 934 Turbo RSR or something like that. I don't remember the year of this Matchbox Rally 911, but kind of same era, so I put it with those. 935s, 993s, 993 GT2s, 996 cab, 997 GT2, and then we got the 997 GT3 RS and the 991 GT3 RSs, the 962, the 917, the 934.5, the 964 on the truck that came with the set with the 917 and whatnot, and the 944s, the 959s, these 959s, the 911 GT1, and the Carrera GT, and then last but not least, the RWB, which I believe was a 930, 934, I don't remember which chassis. This was actually based off of, again, it's an RWB, it's wide-bodied, it's modified, you never really know. They all start to blend together after a while. But yeah, there you have it. That is the Hot Wheels collection in one place, finally. I'm so happy to finally have these together, so I can keep track of what I have, what I'm looking for and whatnot. Finally, it's been a long time since I felt like I've just had everything in one place. So I figured I'd just show you guys around what I got, what I'm working with, I'll try and put out other videos when I find interesting stuff or when I go somewhere interesting looking for stuff. I'll try and put stuff like that out. But till then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, comment, like, and whatnot. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.